Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
Okay, so if you guys want to do introductions, we prep the judges on this experience. Hopefully the technology holds out. Good luck. So we'll turn it over to you guys, do the introductions, and then we'll actually start the time once those are finished and you are ready to go. Good luck.
Perfect.
Good luck.
Thank you. Hello and good morning from Team Pakistan. I'm Arfa.
I'm Waz Shah. I'm Atif.
I'm Shanil.
Ramesh Khan.
And now we'll begin formally with our presentation. Good morning. Fasten your seatbelts for Team KSPL's presentation on Honda Atlas Cars Pakistan Limited, one of the 3 local passenger car assemblers in Pakistan. It operates in 2 main business divisions: own manufactured division that offers 3 locally assembled models, and trading division that offers completely built units. The company has become a dominant player in the industry as its market share grew from just 9% in FY12 to 25% in FY18. In fact, it recently achieved a production milestone of 400,000 units and received the Best Quality Award from Honda Motors Company, Japan. The sector experienced a golden period between FY14 and 18, during which its volume increased at a CAGR of 19% thanks to stable PKR USD parity and policy rate, coupled with growth in per capita income of 6% and robust consumer confidence. H-Car has been the biggest beneficiary in this era, as its stock outperformed both KSC 100 index and passenger car assemblers by many folds. Ladies and gentlemen, winds of change have begun to blow, as H-Car has already started feeling the heat of turnaround in the socio-political and economic conditions since May 2017. So we initiate our coverage on H-Car with a sell call. Our target price of PKR 151 for MY20 represents a 37% downside, which is based on 4 key catalysts: economic slowdown, highly sensitive margins, rising competition amid regulatory concerns, and silence on any major expansion plans. We believe that the next 2 years will be reminiscent of 2008-11 era that entailed sluggish GDP growth, double-digit interest rate and inflation, and massive PKR depreciation. While the conditions might not get as worse as the previous economic turmoil, we expect industry volumes to decline at a CAGR of 3% and H-Car volumes at 9% from MY18 to MY20. The Consumer Confidence Index, along with economic conditions perception and car motorcycle purchase expectations, took a massive dip in November 2018. Inflation rate will outpace growth in per capita income by 5% on average. The government's effort to cool down the overheating economy will bring up the interest rate that will affect auto financing, which has already peaked and is now showing a declining trend in growth. Policy rate of 11% for MY20 will significantly hamper H-Car sales, as 35 to 40% of its customers use auto financing. As a result, revenue and earnings will decline at a CAGR of 3% and 40% from MY18 to MY20 respectively. So OS, what makes the H-Car's margins more sensitive?
Well, we believe they are currency depreciation and rising raw material prices. H-Car has the highest standard deviation in gross margin from FY9 to 18. This is because at 55%, H-Car has the lowest localization level among its peers. In 2018 alone, the local currency lost 27% of its value, spurring H-Car to announce 4 price hikes for its car models. However, it managed to increase its car prices by only 14%, which indicates a low pricing power for the automaker. A massive currency depreciation in a year leads to low margins for H-Car in the following year. Therefore, we expect the local currency to further depreciate by 11% to PKR 155 and shrink H-Car's margins to 5% by MY20. The car assemblers have already taken a 275 basis hit in margins from FY16 to 18. This is due to appreciation of Japanese yen and Thai baht and rising prices of steel, aluminium, plastic, and rubber. Therefore, H-Car's margins declined by more than 360 basis points to 11.4% from MY16 to 18. They further declined to 7.6% during the first 9 months of MY19. Other major ratios including net profit margin, return on equity, and return on assets will also significantly decline and will not recover to the 2018 level in the medium term. Ahmed, can you please shed some light on how the industry dynamics are changing?
Billion in industry volumes usually this time around. This industry dynamics will change. Here,
It sounds like the microphone is cutting out.
moving on, we conducted a market survey on Hotstar and found that the company has a prestigious brand image on key attributes such as value for money, fuel efficiency, and spare parts availability and the cost. Also, a perception map suggests that Honda cars are perceived to be the most expensive to own and maintain. Now, the oligopoly is under threat thanks to Automotive Development Policy ADP 2016, under which at least 8 new OEMs, including Hyundai, Kia, and Renault, plan to enter the market. These new entrants will receive concessionary rates on auto parts, CKD, and CPU units. They will not have to pay any duty on assemblies and equipment required for their assembly plant. Other regulatory hurdles include difficulties for non-filers in purchasing cars above 1300 cc and penalty of cargo plus 200 basis points on late deliveries. Also, OEMs will continue facing higher raw material costs with the increased regulatory duty of 15 to 35% on raw material for auto parts vendors under the new SRO 1265 is not work. So Ramesh, what are existing players for new competition?
Well, Suzuki plans to build another factory, and Indus Motor has already geared up to increase its installed capacity by 13,000 units. On the other hand, HCAR plant expects to increase its production output by only 6,000 units on the same installed capacity of 50,000, despite 100% production utilization in FY18, implying restricted growth opportunities. This can be reflected in the capex per unit of HCAR that has declined by 4%, while capex of Suzuki and Indus Motor has increased significantly. The company has increased its payout ratio in FY18 to 89%, which we expect to gradually increase to 80% by FY25. All these factors indicate that there is a low requirement of capex in the medium term and an absence of a concrete expansion plan. New model launches are important demand drivers for car assemblers that require hefty capex. It is the only car in the 1300cc and above segment that has already entered its 11th production year, as HCAR has kept 6th generation launch of City and continued with the existing model with 3 facelifts in absence of major competition. Civic's local model launches have been in line with international launches, and every new model is launched in around 5 years. We expect new model of City to be launched in FY21 and new model of Civic in FY22. Sean, how does valuation support our thesis?
We arrived at a target price of TTR 151 per share using 50-30-20 blend of discounted FCFE, justified PE, and relative valuation respectively. A high 50% weightage is assigned to discounted FCFE because it incorporates our forecast regarding changing industry dynamics that will show the impact on HCAR's future cash flow. We calculated cost of equity using CAPM and estimated terminal growth to be 5%. Justified PE with 30% weightage incorporates the HCAR's low earning growth period of FY19 and FY20. We believe that the HCAR stock will trade at a multiple of 6 instead of a forward PE of 15, and we believe it is a good representation of HCAR's actual stock value. For relative valuation, we have taken both the local companies, Indus Motor and Park Suzuki, and regional players that operate in 1300cc and above segment, just like HCAR. But the business model and challenges faced by the regional players are different from that of HCAR. We have assigned a low weightage of 20% to relative valuation. For sensitivity analysis, we have taken volumes, selling price, and PKR depreciation as a key variable. And we have found out that our model is most sensitive to selling price. We have also done a sensitivity analysis for cost of equity and terminal growth. Now, Wes, can you please continue with scenario analysis?
Our blue sky scenario gives us a price target of PKR 379 that incorporates assumptions that Pakistan's macroeconomic fundamentals will improve quickly, enabling HCAR to increase its volume and rising power. On the other hand, our gray sky scenario with price target of PKR 112 assumes that the country will face worse than expected economic turndown that would put pressure on HCAR's finances. We conducted a Monte Carlo simulation of the same variables and that resulted in mean share price of PKR 152 after conducting 100,000 iterations. We found that 99.9% of the outcomes support our sell call. So, ladies and gentlemen, we believe HCAR will hit the speed bump to PKR 151 by March 31st, 2020 due to economic slowdown, highly sensitive margins, increasing competition amid regulatory concerns, and silence on any major expansion plan. Thank you. Now we are geared up for question and answers.
Okay, I'll start first.
You don't have to turn it on, it's on.
It's on? Yep. Okay. Hi. Just a question for me. So the share price of the company has fallen quite a lot in the last few months. So why do you think there's further downside from here? It looks like the valuation is pretty cheap at the moment. You put it on a 6 times PE. Is it because you think that the recovery will take a while before we see any upside?
The low PE is due to the low earning growth period of MY19 and MY20. We believe that the company will face a low earning period in MY19 and MY20 because their earning will decrease significantly. That's why there will be a low multiple assigned in that period. That's why we say that it will be trading at a low multiple of 6. And I think this stock will recover soon, but not that soon. So for coming year, the PE will be cheap, will be low, so the stock will be cheap. Thank you.
I'm Tuna, and I want to ask about the currency depreciation. I've seen that the Pakistan's rupee has been depreciating against the USD quite a lot during the last year. And does the company use some financial instruments to protect itself from the depreciation? And how effective it has been?
No, the company does not use any such instrument to protect itself. In fact, it has a very low localization, as we have previously stated, and that is what is impacting their margins. And for the coming March year, we believe that the currency will further depreciate by 11% to 155 PKR.
Hello. With Honda's margins, look, obviously they got, by the looks of it, they have similar market share to Toyota, but obviously their margins are much lower. Have you thought about, based on your forecast for margins, how other industry participants, their margins will evolve?
So the localization levels for other industry participants, that is Suzuki and Toyota, are much better than that of Honda cars. That's why we believe that they will not be impacted by the currency devaluation to that an extent to which Honda is being impacted, and hence their margins will not go as bad as to what what we expect for Hondas.
Thank you. I have more of a technical valuation questions. I know that for your discounted cash flow analysis, you have used free cash flow to equity, but you still have added to your sum of discounted cash flow the net cash. However, using free cash flow to equity, you should arrive directly at the equity value and you should not add net cash. So why have you done that?
Can you please repeat the question?
Why have you made an adjustment for net cash in your free cash flow to equity?
When we were discounting the cash flows, we have taken the free cash flows from MY20 onward for the valuation for MY19. That means that all the cash flows, after summing up all the discounted cash flows, we are getting the value for all the cash that the company will generate till MY20. We need to incorporate the existing value, existing cash that the company has at the end of MY19. That's why we included the cash from MY19. Also, we have reduced the advances taken from customers, that is taken as a debt for H car, we have deducted that amount from the cash and included the net amount in the fund value. Thank you.
Just a valuation question again. Looks like you've got a wide range of outcome. So your free cash flow price target is 185. Your justified forward PE is 94, and your relative valuation is 159. It sounds like a very broad outcome of price target. I mean, how do you get comfortable around those numbers, and how do you assign a weighting, so 50% to discounted cash flow and 30% to PE and 20% to relative valuation?
We assign a high weightage for discounted FCFE because we evaluated the company and the intrinsic value, and based on how industry is performing and how H-curve will be performing in the future. So we think that our discounted FCFE model incorporates all our assumptions and all our forecasts that will impact H-car in the future. That's why we have assigned a high weightage to discounted FCFE. And for justified PE, a 30% weightage is assigned because we don't want to ignore the impact of low earning that will influence the consumer sentiments, in market sentiments. Because due to the low earning, the PE will reduce. The people won't be paying much money for this stock, so the PE will decline. So in that scenario, we can't ignore the fact that the H-car low earning will have a significant impact on the market sentiment. That's why we have assigned a 30% weightage to justified PE. And in the relative valuation, because the regional players have different business models, they are into energy sector as well and other product line as well. So we can't actually compare H-car with those regional players properly. So that's why there is a significant difference in PE and their valuation. So we have assigned a low weightage of 20% to that relative valuation. Thank you.
It's a more broader economy related question, and I see that the sales volume has increased a lot. And how do consumers buy cars? Through consumer loan or finance themselves?
Consumers usually directly buy the car. The financing, the consumer financing of auto constitute about 30-35% of the overall industry sales.
So yes, the consumers actually buy the car on their own, but they use auto financing as a major portion to finance their cars. And we have seen that for Honda, 35-40% of its customer base use auto financing. Also, if we see in the overall economy, there is a greater demand of smaller passenger cars. There is a growing demand for smaller passenger cars, that is around 800 and 1000 cc segment as compared to 1300 and above cc segment, the segment in which Honda car operates. So yes, due to the growing middle class income population of Pakistan, there is a greater trend towards using auto financing for purchase of smaller cars, that is 800 to 1000 cc cars.
Your recommendation is obviously somewhat influenced by your view on the economic environment. Let's say the economic environment is more positive than what you expect. Would that change your valuation or ultimately your recommendation?
Well, it will not, because there are other factors that are impacting the industry. Like we said in the presentation, the competition is coming in, and these new entrants are receiving benefits from the government, and that is why they'll be able to provide cars at better prices and with more. Other than that, the company itself, it's not expanding. It hasn't announced any expansion plan. So these are some of the major factors that we consider, and based on that, we think that the recommendation will remain the same even if the economy starts recovering.
In your valuation, have you considered other comparable listed companies to select your multiples?
Please repeat the question.
In your valuation,
Repeat the question.
yes, sorry. In your valuation, have you considered other comparable listed companies, publicly listed companies, to select your multiples to make a comparison?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have taken local companies, local listed companies, that is Park Suzuki and Indus Motor, which are operating in Pakistan. These are the only two
Time.
companies apart from HCAR that are operating
You
in
need to
Pakistan.
stop.
So we have
Time
taken
is
both.
up, you need to stop.
Alright, thank you. We will be announcing the results of the semifinals at 1 p.m. local time here in Sydney. So we will be in touch with you then with the results. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Are you okay?
Obviously not.
Keep away.
Yeah, I think I'm